I want to break free. I want to break free. I want to break free from your lies. You're so self-satisfied. I don't need you. I've got to break free. God knows I want to break free. I've fallen in love. I've fallen in love for the first time. This time I know it's for real. I've fallen in love. God knows I've fallen in love. It's strange, but it's true. Hey, I can't get over the way you love me like you do, but I have to be sure when I walk out that door. Oh, how I want to be free, baby. Oh, how I want to be free. Oh, how I want to break free. I could have learned. I mean, this isn't a guitar solo. It's a synth because it was written. I think it was written by John Deacon, bassist. He didn't like guitar solos, but there is a guitar solo. I mean, I could have learned both of them, but it's a bit of a pain in the ass because it's a pain in the ass to learn the guitar. Look, it's fine. Shut up. But life still goes on. I can't get used to living without you by my side. I don't want to live alone. God knows, got to make it on my own. So baby, can't you see? I've got to break free. I've got to break free. I want to break free. I can't hold a note for that long. Free. If I was in time. God, you know right, I get annoyed. I'm trying to fix that because the problem is XSplit. System audio is out of sync a bit. Shut up. I didn't think. Yeah, system audio is out of sync a bit, and I'm trying to get the delay right so it's synced properly. And I can't ever tell because it's a pain in the dick hole is what it is basically what I'm saying. And it's hard to tell if because I think I delayed I think the my voice is delayed to the audio a bit, isn't it? So I think I have to delay the audio a bit more. I always delayed it a bit more, but I imagine I have to delay it even more. I'll delay it more. There we go. It's at 300. It's at 400 now. Actually, they put it at 300. 300 milliseconds. I'll come on to thing later. Anyway, I'm gonna play the new Nuka World DLC because Podcast was cancelled because Dan couldn't make it. And I'm doing this, and I want to talk about this anyway. And I feel the stream's a good place to do it. I need to play a bit more of this before the podcast tomorrow anyway. I've already completed it. I'll go over to it. Actually, I'll just keep using this mic. I was like, I'll use the other mic, but this mic's fine. I've got it up already. Fallout 4, right. I mean, this is quite a provocative position there, Grace. Also, the frame rate will be shit here. It says 1 FPS, but that's not right, clearly. Yeah, the frame rate's shit in this settlement, but I'm just here because I was putting stuff. I got the quantum armor. I've done most of the stuff already. I need to put the FOV up as well. There we go. Cancelled or delayed. It was delayed. It's going to be tomorrow at 8 PM, and it'll probably be 8 PM next. It'll be probably Thursday next week as well. Yeah. Okay. Nuka World. Yes. That's the right volume slider. Fantastic. Okay. Cool. So I've got this quantum armor, which this is great armor. I mean, it's the same as XO1. The only difference is increased action point, refresh speed with all pieces equipped. It's alright. It's cool looking. It's unique power armor, which there isn't that much of in the world. Like, I've got most of the unique power armor just around the place. No, none of the fucking... is there a unique variant of T45? Because there's a unique variant of the T60, which is this armor. That's the XO1 unique variant. That is that's the unique chest of the 51B, and then there's this unique set of radial armor, and also there's like Tessa's fist, which is a unique piece. But I don't think there's any unique pieces of T45, probably because it's shit. And I've got all the outfits, and I'll be honest, I did spawn this in. I got his hat, but to get his coat, you have to kill him, and I did kill him in an alternate save, but I really wanted his thing, so I went into the QA area and just stole it from a chest. But it's nice outfits. Right, I will be ranting about this because when I started playing this DLC, I was fucking in love. I loved it to death. And I finished it at one point. I mean, some of these are new assets, like these chairs are new. They are quite the chairs. I do like those chairs. I mean, this throne is new. That's a new throne. Nice new throne. And obviously these outfits are new. You'll notice, by the way, I have this, if you've played this DLC at all. I have Gage's armor. That's because Gage is dead, and I'll get onto that in a minute. Yeah, this is Santorini. This is where I live. So I'm going to leave. You'll notice, actually, I don't have any gang settlements, and I'll get onto that in a minute as well. I want to explain, because I imagine a lot of you haven't played it yet, so I'm actually just going to explain over the bit. Oh, God. Right. So, the Nuka World, map area is really nice. It's a lot smaller than Nuka World. It's got a lot less stuff in. I'm going to show you the map here. This is everything. This is everything. I've discovered all the markers in Nuka World. This is everything. That's it. It's not very much. Side questings. The way you do it is you get into the world. You go through this gauntlet thing. You've probably seen that a few times if you ever watched any video of this, or if you even played it for a bit. This is the first thing you do. You go through this gauntlet, which is just this trial of turrets and traps and shit, and then you fight someone in there. Then you come out, and you're the leader of the raiders. And it's like, okay, right, I'm the leader of the raiders. Okay, I've been strung along here, and there's a guy ooh, strung along. You know, all the raiders are dead. Yeah, and you see, the goal is you want to take over the whole park. So, because you only, the raiders only control this bit, and they don't control these other, 5 areas, which are the space area, the Kiddie Kingdom area, the, western area, the tree area, and the bottling plant area. And essentially, this isn't Disney World, this is just Magic Kingdom. This entire area is just the Magic Kingdom park, essentially. It's not the entirety of Disney World. It's not like an Epcot style thing. And I got very annoyed. And by the way, I'm very willing to be proven wrong here, because I want to be proven wrong, because as far as I can tell, I'm kind of disappointed. And like I say, I want to be proven wrong because I want to find other stuff. But you come in, you're king of the raiders. You're made queen of the raiders in this case, right? And you put up on this thing, and there's a guy oh, you've got to take over all the things. It's okay, right? And you get another option. There is a girl you speak to in the market who's oh, you could just kill the leaders of the 3 gangs, and then that'd be it. The raiders would be gone. We'd be a free settlement, just of traders, because they have slaves. I mean, they still have slave collars on.
Gangs are gone. It's like a weight's been lifted off us. Thanks.
Jesus. But that's one of the options. You can do that right from the start. And I did do that right at the start. Because the thing is, right, you come into this DLC, and I was told this DLC was very hard. But when I came into it, the thing is, me at level 71 is no different to me at level 65, right? When you get to the level 50, it's basically irrelevant. I've got top tier armor and weapons. It's not going to make a difference. So I was as strong as I was. I'm not any stronger now than I was then. So I killed the things, which is a bit of a pain in the ass, because since this doesn't have a proper faction system, it's got a weird hodgepodge faction system. because there's three gang raider factions. There's this one, which are like, they just really like killing people and blood everywhere. They're the ones who put people on spikes and shit like that. There is the operators. They're the disciples. There's the operators, who are these really classy bastards with nice hair and suits and this really fancy looking armor, and they just care about money. And they were the kind of the ones I was mainly supporting because they were kind of the least violent. And then there's the pack, who are a very colourful bunch of characters who really like animals. And they're over there, and you have to kill 4 people because these guys have 2 leaders. So I just stealth killed one of them, and then everyone turns to you the second you stealth kill. This is one of the problems I have with this, because if you stealth kill someone in New Vegas and no one sees you, nobody knows. That's the kind of point of stealth killing. Like, I can go into Camp McCarran, or I can go into I can go into Camp McCarran, I can go into Camp Golf, and I can kill the head of the place, stealth kill, and no one's gonna fucking know. No one's gonna go instantly hostile if they don't see me do it, because how would they know I killed them? This, no, everyone does. You kill one, everyone goes hostile. Every single person goes hostile. Well, every raider goes hostile. Then you have to fight your way through, which is annoying. But when you finally get to kill all of them, you go talk to that woman at the thing, and she's like, "Oh, you freed us from the raiders, cool. You're welcome back at Nuka World anytime, thanks." That's it. And then it's like, turn the power back on at the power station, and you turn the power back on, and that's it. It was like, okay. And when I first did that at the start of the... I'm stuck here. When I first did that at the start of the game, I kind of assumed it was kind of like the Fallout, the Far Cry 4 thing. Like, that's a bit too simple, isn't it? You know, it's the whole idea of the early finish to the game, you know. And, you know, I've always been in support of that kind of finish to the game if you want to do that. You know, I've always been in support of that on Fallout New Vegas, that, you know, you can get by a lot of your problems just by killing stuff. You know, I think you can just, you know, when you get to Novak, you can just kill Manny, who has the code. Rather than do the quest, you can either kill Manny, get the code off him, or you can sneak into his thing and go on his computer and use your hacking skills, or you can do the quest. Come fly with me. And there's many ways to do it, and killing him is one way. It's a very brash way to do it, and I like that it gives you the option. It's not an option I'd use, really, unless I was speedrunning or something, but it's something I'd like. It's something I like that's there, right? This DLC seems to have taken that advice and completely done it wrong. Like, the only, as far as I can tell, and I say I want to be proven wrong, if I can be, but as far as I can tell, I can't see any other solution. The only... when you take over all the parks, you assign a gang to each park, right? And they're still there, I want to point out, in each park. And when I say you assign a gang, you put a flag up, and then you come back there, and there's like 5 members of the gang are there, and like a fucking cooking station, and a chest. That's what assign a gang means. Yeah. And you do that, and then it's okay. You know, I'm gonna show. Okay. Do I complain about that thing now, or do I show you the good stuff? I'd like a vote, because there is some really good stuff about this. Like, there's some really good stuff. Like, just going through these park areas. I mean, maybe not the bottling plant. The bottling plant was a piece of piss. But these areas were really nice. They all had a little question. I think I liked the Galactic Zone and Kiddie Kingdom the most. You know, I'll go on. I'll start on positive. So to take over these areas.
Let me see and scan as many indigenous life forms as possible.
Thank you, Kiari.
It is, of course, for science.
Thank you, Kiari. So in Kiddie Kingdom, it's this really fucking creepy ass place, right? I fucking love. Complain. Okay, fine, I'll complain. Jesus. Right, I'm gonna reload. I'm gonna have to load a save because okay, once you've taken over all these kingdoms, you're told that now to take over the Commonwealth, and you're like, wait, what? And he's like, no, you have to, because otherwise the gangs are gonna get annoyed with you. And it's like, there's no real option to be like no, as I say, aside from just kill everyone on the game ends. So it's like, okay. Because, you know, my whole idea, and like the same with the Institute, the same with a lot of these things, is I kind of want to be the leader of them and then reform them. You know, I kind of want to do what like Batman did with the mutants in Dark Knight Returns, which is where like he takes this fucking mutant gang, he kills their leader, and then they become like the sons of Batman, and then he's like, no, we got to keep order, we're gonna be the police now, and it's all good and it works. And Superman's like, nah, and Nixon's like, I don't like that one. Look, it's weird. But we take over all these, and then he's like, you have to take over things. So I'm going to just show you this entire sequence, because I did some of it, and then I ended up reloading, because I realized it was just so fucking pointless. There, this one. Actually, I'm going to save here. And then I'm going to load that one. I made a load just before I started taking over any settlements. And this is the stupidest part of this DLC. This is where the DLC went from like an 8, 9 out of 10 to like a 4 out of 10 immediately. Like fucking... Okay. I don't know how you'll do this DLC in survival, frankly, either. Because there's very few beds around. There's not many, like, there's food in the market. There's not really any water around.
Just don't screw.
See, now this is a different load before I killed everyone.
The world's a shithole.
They're quite. I like the pack style, and I like the operator style. I actually like the outfits of all of them. They're very cool. The operators have this really classy kind of like armored but suited look. It's really cool. The disciples kind of wear this cool black. They're a bit culty, and the pack wear these really brightly colored like animal themed. It just looks really cool. Okay, right. Let's go over here. Okay. I was told to speak to this guy by Gage, who is essentially your guide. And you can kill Gage at any time. You can walk into the... I want to point out, you can start the DLC, you can kill... you can get out the fighting pit, you can kill Gage immediately, and you just kill all 3 gang members, and then you're done. You can do that if you want. Which is nice that you can. Let's go on, right? Let's get started.
Okay.
You can see I've done it. I've exhausted every other speech option, so I can only do this.
So getting us set up in the Commonwealth's gonna require 3.
He gives you a bit of a speech.
Territory. And there, or I can. You want it?
The idea is you're gonna take over settlements by force or coercion. So you can either just go in with the team and kill everyone, or you can like pass a speech check, and it makes a really big deal out of the speech check.
Let me talk to them. I'll convince them to leave.
Works for me. Once you've planted your flag in the place, I'll send a crew in to set up shop. Now, next up, you'll have to pick who you want to hold. Of course, and none of them like them. Which gang should I have join you?
Now, as far as I can tell as well, you basically, when you take over these parks, you assign a gang to them, and the same with these settlements, you assign a gang, and if a gang is kind of ignored, they'll get pissed off. And what happened to me when I did this was, I favoured the operators and the pack, because the pack are just this ridiculous gang of animal people, and the operators are just a cool bunch of people. So I mainly went for the operators, and then I kind of put the pack a little. I ignored the disciples. So I got told to go back to Nuke World because the disciples have turned and they'd taken over the power plant, and I kind of stormed the power plant and killed them and then turned the power on. I want to point out, right, if you go to the power plant at any point, you can't turn the power on because the door to the power room is locked with a key that you don't have. But if you...
Overboss? Something wrong?
But if you start doing the quest to kill everyone, once you kill everyone, you just suddenly... The door is not locked anymore? I don't get it. It's weird. Anyway, I just said the operators.
The operators.
Got it.
I want to point out as well, I don't think the game expected me to completely ignore 2 factions, because I only gave the pack 1 bit of land. The pack had exactly the same amount of land as the disciples. But for some reason, the disciples were like, "Oh, you haven't been giving us treatment," and the pack were like, "Oh, you've been given preferential treatment." What's this like? Neither of you had good treatment. I don't think it expects.
The slog all had a... Though I'll need to go through my...
Basically, what this is, right, this is the part of the game where for some reason it breaks, and you're like, okay, it's like, choose a settlement to make raid accounts, like, but I already own all those settlements, and he's like, ooh, are you sure, because you already own it? It's like, what, but there's I own it everywhere, why would I take over a settlement I already own? I don't understand.
I'm ready.
Good. So, what's the target?
You choose one, right? I mean... So, right, Kingsport Lighthouse. I'm just going to hypothetically just show you this. Because Kingsport Lighthouse is a place, it's obviously the Children of Atom station there, and you go and once you kill all of them, and you take over the bridge. I haven't assigned anyone there. Most settlements, like that, Tavern Boathouse, Kingsport Lighthouse, the Spectacle Island, I just take over and I don't assign anyone there, because I just like having them. So, there's no one at Kingsport Lighthouse, not a single person is assigned there. So he's asking me whether I want to talk the settlers out or I want to kill all of them. Now, there's no one there. So it is an unopposed settlement that I alone own. Right? We need to just understand the like, context there, right? See? Context. So,
What kind of job are we talking here?
and I'll give a conclusion at the end of whether you should get it or not. Talk settlement is fine.
I'm looking to have some.
Oh no, I can't do that. No, I have to get you out first.
I want to
Okay,
claim
right.
another out.
Got it.
Talk
I'll
settlement's
run them
leaving.
up.
Got it. And which crew?
Fucking pack.
The pack.
I'll send word. So,
Take over any of these, really? Take over Sanctuary? Can't again, because there's no one there to talk to.
oh, damn. Sorry, boss. No dice. Don't think there's someone for us to intimidate at that spot. You want to name a different target? Or a different job, maybe?
Now, I want to point out that I could assign someone to Sanctuary Hills. I could just go to Sanctuary Hills, I could just go to any of my settlement, send one settler to Sanctuary Hills, and then there'd be someone to intimidate there. Someone I sent there. For me to then intimidate to leave. What is this? What is this?
Chime in at any time.
I want to change.
Sure thing.
Okay, let's force. Let's
Yeah.
force Sanctuary Hills
Sure
out.
thing, boss.
Let's hypothetically.
Organizing a
Hypothetically,
Sure.
right? Let's
Sure.
try and
Which gang
force
you
out
wanna
Sanctuary
join?
Hills. Right? Let's just
the pack.
let's just
So,
let's just be hypothetical here, right? Let's force out Sanctuary Hills, the most heavily fortified place I have.
Yeah,
Oh.
that one ain't gonna work, boss. You want to name a different target?
Oh.
Or a different
Wow,
job?
wow. Quest important characters must be moved to the settlement. So I'm gonna move all my companions out. So I can't persuade anyone to leave Sanctuary Hills because there's no one there to talk to, because it's just populated with robots I built and my companions, and I also own the place. So I could just be like, hey Raiders, you need to move in. I can't attack Sanctuary Hills
Overboss?
because there are people there that are quest required, and I have to move them out myself before I can then go there and tell other people to move. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Like it doesn't. It's so it just doesn't gel with the rest of the game at all. It just what? I already own the settlements. I can just tell them to leave. It's not. It adds different mechanics to stuff. It's like, why would I do? I don't understand.
Let's try another.
Alright. So,
Yeah, it does feel like a community-made mod. It's shit. Okay, let's just say, I want to take over fucking... I can take over Abernathy even though they're supplying. Fucking, where do I want to take over? Goddamn. There's no one at Red Rocket. Let's go to Red Rocket. There's no one at Red Rocket, right?
let me... Oh, damn.
What?
Sorry,
What?
boss.
Just...
No dice.
Why is it in the...
You want to name a different target?
Who is... I don't even think anyone... Why... Oh. Why do you show
try
me...
another.
Here's what's the other thing, right?
So,
Okay, these are grayed out, right? Because there's quests that aren't completed there, right? That's why they're grayed out. It doesn't grey out the ones I can't do. Like, when he says no dice, like, why isn't it grayed out? Why isn't Sanctuary grayed out if I can't go there? Why? Why is it even there? What's the point? Taffington Boathouse. Taffington Boathouse. A place I've got a bed, and I live there occasionally, right?
oh, that place. Isn't that one of your old
It's not one of my old stomping
grounds?
grounds. It's
Sure
it's a
that's
house I own. It's not an old stomping ground. I own the house. There's no one there. You can just move in. It's not an issue. Why do I...
That one's.
Ruthless.
So,
Yeah.
These sorts
Ruthless of me
jobs
to
are pretty straightforward.
take over the settlement I already own that no one lives
Kill
in.
Everything in sight.
There's no one
I'll
there.
have some. Now you're not going to be able to. Now, the crew show those.
Okay, so there's no one... I can go back to fucking there to speak to other people, which fuck it. I can't fast travel to Tavern Boathouse anymore, so let's go to Covenant. Who's in Covenant? There's one guy in Covenant. Covenant. Oh. God damn, this is shit. Like, this entire bit, it's just so shit. This is how the game ends, like, canonically as well. Like, I want to point out, here's one of the things, I'm not sure if there is a difference if I've completed the game, because in this save I haven't completed the game. I've got to the point where you basically choose an allegiance. Who lives here? And there's my pile of... Actually, there's a guy outside, I should drag him in. I like the pile of bodies still there, that's quite nice. Why the fuck are you here? Get inside. Muddying up the road. Come on. You see, Covenant would be a fucking great place to take over. Doesn't seem to give me the option though. Or it didn't. Maybe I missed it. Whatever. Fucking piece of shit. God damn. I hate this DLC so much. I love it, but I hate it. Like, half of it's really good. And like, this is how you end the game. Like, I want to point out, like, the end DLC. There we go. Big old pile. Yeah. Who lives here? There's one person assigned here. I'm pretty curious who's here. I don't know. It always bothered me that these houses had upstairs that you couldn't get to as well. Anyway. Fuck, let's go to fucking... I've got to go nearby Taffington. Let me go up there to meet with the crew, right? So Taffington is an empty house I own. Or I owned, that suddenly I don't own for some reason. Okay, cool. I am now going to meet 2 gang members. 2. Oh no, there's 3. Wow. Hot damn, 3. 3 whole gang members.
We're itching to bash some heads in, boss. There ain't no
This
heads
is weird.
around.
This becomes like a management thing, but like it makes you micromanage everything, even though it makes no sense to micromanage everything, because that's a gang boss. You would just be like, "Oh, did I miss what did he say? He was talking. Oh, that's interesting, because the Minutemen turned up when I went to King's thing. Right. Okay, so the settlement I already owned. Oh no! Ah no! Ah, that's it. Yeah. Yeah, no, I did own it, but I did assign some dogs here. I did assign some dogs. Dogs do live here. Are they leaving? Are my dogs leaving? My dogs are leaving. The dogs I bought, my personal dogs, are just... God, why? I don't... Did anyone ask for this? Did anyone ask for this? I don't... Build a fucking flag of the twatting... pack. Jesus Christ. Great, good.
Ooh, life's too short for bullshit. Got a party like it's your
Oh, kill yourself.
last day.
Like Minecraft, it's not like Minecraft, guys. Minecraft is about building. This isn't. This is just. This bit is just like settlement management, but it makes you micromanage everything, and it's kind of a pointless. It's like they added something that was they added something that is an alternative to something that was easier and made more sense. Like so.
Shank.
Hey, boss.
Like, say, if I could do this earlier in the game, this could be
You
cool.
want me to set up
Because it would
that
save you
job
having to do the
just
quests,
said?
but you can't take over anywhere where there's a quest to do anyway, so if you have to do the quest to have, you know, if you have to do the quest that's in the settlement to be able to take over the settlement, you will probably already own the settlement. So this is just unnecessary, and it doesn't make any sense. Fine.
Looking to run a job.
Oh,
You got it.
awful.
Just need the details. What job you...
Come on, yes, claim your
It's time
gang
we
out
took
first.
over.
And did you want it?
Let's wipe them out.
Get me a
Because I'm going to
crew.
just choose an
I'll
empty
make it
settlement
happen.
again.
In which game?
Right?
The disciples.
The
I'm
disciples.
just going to choose
Got it.
equally here and
So-
see what happens. Didn't do that last time. Let's say fucking... Let's go Kingsport Lighthouse.
Let me...
Empty. Once again, empty place. No one lives there.
Oh, that place. Isn't that one of your old stomping
I own it.
grounds?
It's my house.
Sure that's the
Yeah,
one?
I'm sure that's my house, mate.
That one's the target.
Just wanna... So you know how this job works.
Yeah, I know, good.
Be a couple of our guys waiting.
I don't care, mate. Okay. So fucking... Right. Can't fast travel... Right. I'm not going to go into Hugo's fucking hole.
For you when you arrive.
Are these Raider settlement quests necessary? If you want the proper ending to this DLC, yeah. But one point on the proper ending to this DLC is completely pointless. Like, you do this, then you go talk to the guy, and he goes, well, you could do more then, and then it ends. That's it. Like, it just sort of ends. Really. It's really disappointing. It's just really big anticlimax. Spend all this time doing all these really cool like theme park shit, and then it's just like awful. This is as far as I can tell, because Far Harbor is excellent. It is very excellent, Far Harbor. Are they gonna get killed by a fucking bug before they? Oh my god. Oh, the monk is essential, but this fucking bug is already killed 2 of them.
Nothing like the smell of blood.
Jesus fucking Christ. Whoa, it's so awful.
Hey there.
Got a good look at them, boss. Seems they brought in some muscle, which just means more blood.
Seems they brought in some
Wanna
muscle.
move in?
Let's get this.
I want to point out there was no one living at the lighthouse, right? No one living there. They said they brought in some muscle. I don't know who they are. I'm the only one who owns it. No one else lives there. I live there. Who is they? Did I bring in muscle to defend the place when I was trying to take over the place? It's my house. See, okay, look, Minutemen. Hello, Minutemen. Hello, I am your general. Hello? I'm your general. Hello. I'm your general. I mean, no, okay, right.
These are innocent. Very bad.
No one living here. The minute, one point out, this is the only people to kill. Minutemen. What's this?
Let's do this.
What? Was Smiling Larry living here? What? Mate, you're supposed to be in Vault 88. What the fuck? Is that why he didn't turn up at fucking Vault 88? Because he was fucking living here on his own for some. Jesus Christ. Why is he down? Oh, for fuck it all. I don't care. I don't care. Awful. 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 So now I've given each of them their own settlement. I want to point this out now. They each have their own settlement. I'm treating them all really equally. Last time I didn't. I gave them all to the operators. This time I'm treating them all equally. I want to see what happens. Wasteland roll-up perk. You can now build raider dealers. Great. Why? That's a lot of it. It is just... Why? Why? Why am I... Why? That's... Like, why? Why? I don't... Why? I don't understand. I just don't... Why? Okay, so I've just went back and forth to Shank like 8 times in total. I just seriously imagine this on survival. Just imagine. Yeah, no, this is the problem, right? Because when I was playing this, I didn't want to do the Raider stuff, right? I don't want to support the Raiders. They were a bunch of... That's not how I like playing the game. But the only alternative I could find was just kill everyone and then you're done. And... Like, this is the problem. The game kind of railroads you down a route. Like... I mean, I purposely play, like... I purposely play, like, more options than I would normally, just so I can actually talk about it. But I can't find any other options. I can't find any other alternative ways to do this stuff.
Shank.
To kill everyone and do this, and I
I
don't...
just got word. You need to get back to
Okay,
Nuka
who's
World
annoyed at me now?
now. The disciples have
that's
turned on
interesting.
us. Nisha didn't like how you were handing out new territory. The other bosses are waiting on you before, well, something else.
I wonder if that happens, because that's what happened last time. And that was when I didn't actually hand any territory to the disciples or the pack, but I've given all of them equal territory now. And the same thing happened. Okay, fine. So somehow I've walked back and forth like a million times now, just these fucking shit quests. Fine, let's go back to Nuka World. I'm just going to fly up there in a no clip, by the way, because it is just you walk through and shoot people. Can't be bothered with that. Can you get a refund on DLC? No, you cannot. No, I want to point out the right, half the DLC is good. It's not worth £15, but half it's really good. Okay, yeah, they're turning each other.
Let's finish this.
This is another thing I don't get, right? Because it's the whole idea that if you kill anyone, all the raiders will turn on you. And the whole point of this entire DLC, I found out, is that these raiders are already kind of at each other's throats, and they don't want to be in this alliance, except for the Disciples. The Disciples are the only ones interested in keeping the alliance together, and they're the ones who broke the alliance just then. But whenever you turn on them, everyone turns on you. Even though you're the overboss, and in theory that shouldn't matter, but if you turn on one of them, then that should be it. The others just turn on them as well. Like, they don't seem to count as separate factions, they were all just the one thing? Anyway, I need to get up to the power plant. And I want to point out that at this point in the game, right, I had already been to the power plant and tried to turn it on. You can't, as I say, because it's locked for some reason with a key you don't have that you never get, but you only get access to. So that's the fastest fast travel location. Nothing yet. 3 raider faction management. It sounds interesting, but it's the shallowest thing in the world. Because it railroads you down the one way to do it. There's no alternate ways. Now, I just fast travelled next to them.
Something's up.
Well, I'm gonna use this. I didn't have much ammo for this, but fuck it. So yeah, I got fucking 10 ammo for it. Great gun this. Kills anyone. It's like, because each pellet does explosion damage, see? And each of those little explosions does like, I think there's 8 of them, does like 15 damage, plus the damage of the gun. So, it's doing like at least 100 damage just from explosions. Just every shot. Anyway. You can get to the button without the key. How? The door's locked. I mean, you can probably glitch your way in there. I mean, like, the game seems to not want you to do that. And also, I did like no clip in there to see what happened, and the button just doesn't do anything. Oh yeah, it just doesn't do anything. That's it. Yeah.
Looks like Nisha's dug in pretty well up there.
I knew that nut job would turn on us sooner or later. So, are we storming the place?
I have to
or
sit
what?
through
I think
this.
we're about to find out. The boss is here.
While you were away.
I get it. I understand. I gathered that. It's a very simple thing.
I can't leave this place if you're.
It's the simplest thing. They're taking everything. I can just go in there and kill them.
Both.
I don't need this.
She's as good as. Exactly.
Let
There we go. Jesus. Right. There's not really the final boss of the game. There's no antagonist. There's a lot of There's a lot of small antagonists in every area. Like, every one of the worlds has its own like little antagonist and little story to it, which I really enjoyed. But the overarching story is just awful. Oh, yeah, I just know clipping up here because I can't be bothered just storming through the things or just killing people. I don't need to do that.
Just when I'm
Okay, here is the final boss, Nisha. Right, she's the leader of the Disciples. You can kill her normally, she's pretty tough, all the bosses are. They're kind of bullet spongy, but they're not too bad, you know, they're more like a legendary. Now, watch how many shots she takes. She's not in power armor, these are doing like easily like 200 damage each shot. And there we go, that took, I don't know, like 20 shots. Like, what is this? Like, what? This is doing 200 damage per shot plus 100 explosion damage. So, she has the key. One point I would say, if you kill all of them, it tells you to come up here and the door's just unlocked. You don't need the key. It just doesn't need a lock anymore. Anyway. And there we go, power's on. It's a lot more impressive at night. Now, it makes a big deal out of this power thing. Now, I thought this was going to be a mid-tier quest. It's going to be like halfway through the thing, you get the power back on, changes a bunch of the dynamics, and then interesting story stuff happens. No, you do this at the end of the game, and it doesn't really change much. Like, a couple of lifts start working, and a couple of the rides start working. But that's about it. Okay, so that's done. So now it wants me to go back and talk to Gage. Right, let's go speak to Gage. Oh no, this gun is ridiculous. I fucking got really lucky on the spawn for this fucking explosive combat. Like, the explosive combat shotgun is just the best thing. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Okay, let's speak to... So I'm teleporting here because when you teleport the first time, I'll teleport you up there for some fucking reason. Anyway, hello Gage. Right, one point out, did that. When I did this, I thought this was the middle of the DLC, right? I thought something else was going to happen, right?
Gage?
Nuka World. All lit up. It's goddamn beautiful.
Come on, Gage. Don't start getting all misty on me.
Hey now, no need to get personal. Now that Nish is gone, and most of the disciples have been wiped out, there ain't much left to stop us. We've made one hell of a mark on the Commonwealth. There ain't a soul from here to Diamond City that hasn't heard of us. And despite what happened at the power plant, the rest of our gangs are stronger than ever. I took a big chance helping you take down Coulter. Glad that paid off. You know the real difference between him and you? The reason that the rest of us are behind you? You were willing to bleed for us. You put your neck on the line to get us ahead in this shitty world. And believe it or not, that means something to us.
I hear what you're saying.
Good. So I guess the next move is yours to make. With the power to the park back online, you might want to cover old ground and see if you can get into some of the places that were cut off. Or maybe hit up Shank and take out a few more Commonwealth settlements, if you've left any standing. Oh, and of course, you could always lend Mags or Mason a hand. I'm sure they have plenty of jobs to run.
Oh, that's all, huh? While I'm at it, you got any laundry that needs to be done?
Like I ever bothered changing clothes.
Sounds like we still have plenty of trouble to get into. I guess we better get started.
Then I guess that does it, boss. You point the way and the gangs will follow. There's plenty of caps out there just waiting to be taken. And as long as you keep bringing them in, we'll have your back.
That's it. That's the end of the DLC. That's it. Done. That's how it ends. Hey, that's it. End the game. That's a pointless quest, but that's it. That's the end of the game. That's how. I mean, that's how. If you've been playing Fallout 4 since the start, and you've been playing it like I think a lot of people have so far, but they've been playing it in the order of DLC and stuff like that. That's how the game ends. This is how the whole game ends.
Got 4 good hours of sleep last night.
Now that's not the entire DLC. I want to point out that was from the point of already clearing out all the parks. That's the terrible part of the DLC. Now I'm going to show you the very, very good part of the DLC. I'm going to reload to earlier. Reload here. This is where I started the stream. So that is how the game ends canonically. It's either that or you kill everyone. Now once again, I'm willing to be proven wrong. If someone knows of a different way to do it, let me know. But I don't know how. I can't find any other way to do it. There's no alternate quests ways to do it. There's no alternate optional objectives, or there's no way to reform them or anything. Let's start from here. This is a different save. Now, essentially that save I went back to show you that raider bit. I did all what I showed you there. I did it a little differently, but I did it, essentially, functionally the same. I reloaded to that point and then killed all the gangs, and then here I am now because I was going to kill all the gangs anyway, and I kind of only did that to see how the game was. And killing all the gangs when they own your own fucking settlements is a pain in the ass, because, I gave them fucking Starlight Drive, and that's a billion guns. So, this is what I did. There's one of my... These are my transport. Like, literally, I don't hire settlers, because I hate settlers, they're really annoying, but I just do build robots. This is like one of my transporter robots.
Confirmed.
Hello, Boxer.
Is ready to serve.
Aren't you great? I hate that they do that when you walk up to them, they just fucking do that. Especially in a settlement full of them, it's really annoying. Anyway, whatever, he didn't have any problem in the road. And let's go back to Nuka World. I killed all of them. So either you kill all the raiders, which is really difficult, and the game ends, or you do that and the game ends. Yeah, that's the problem, I think. It does show a lot of potential, and I think what annoys me most is it comes from a really big high, and then just drops at that level. Like, it was easily an 8, 9 out of 10 from me. Oh, there's a weird bug. You'll notice, naked.
Cool. It's like a weight's been
All the
lifted
traders
off
are naked.
us.
I don't know why. Did the persuasion grenades work? Well, I never needed to use them. I fucking... My charisma is 10. I'm level, like, 76. I mean, most people, when they're playing this, it's going to be, like, after they've done everything else, isn't it? Because it's, like, in order of release. This is the last thing. So most people are going to be high level, and they probably have charisma 10. Yeah, all the...
The guy
I don't know why. Like, I think they took the explosive, the shot
What can I
collars
do
off,
for
but
you?
now all the other
Treatment
clothes are
or-
missing. It's a really weird bug. Like now, it's owned by traders now, and there's no security, and nobody has any guns, which means if anyone ever attacks, it's just going to be taken over, which doesn't make any sense. So, oh. Like, the overarching story to this entire thing is shockingly bad. It is shockingly bad. There is no mystery. There is no alternate ways to do it. It is just that. It is awful. It is one of the worst campaigns I've ever played in a video game. Ever. I mean, it's significant. It's so... Oh, one of them's still alive. Good. Hello. Well done.
Have you found something interesting?
I'm still in God mode. I don't know if God mode carries across saves. I don't think it does. Oh, no, it does. Okay, cool. Let's get off that. Right. But Nuka World, there's another side to it. Because Nuka World, if you ignore the overarching story, it's very good. Because the map is good. The map is very good. It's very barren on the outskirts. You'll notice. That place is super boring. There is a side quest out here, the Hubologist's Camp, which is it's very similar to Come Fly With Me, that quest actually. Very similar to Come Fly With Me from New Vegas. That's a fun quest. The only quest outside the park. You have the different worlds. I mean, ignoring that world, right? You have all the different worlds, and the first one I went to was the Galactic Zone. And the Galactic Zone's great. They're all structured differently in quest-wise. The Galactic Zone there isn't really a specific overarching quest of the zone like a lot of the other like a couple of the other zones. It is just many rides and attractions that you have to go through. I mean, the overarching goal, essentially, is that all the robots in the area went mad. Because they're all controlled by a central AI called Star Control. And the AI went offline and something went bad about it. And you have to get all these red things around the place. That you need, I think, 20, for it to work properly. For it to work. And you need 35 for full functionality, which lets you bring up this case and get really good power armor. Which is nice. I like that structure. And you just have to go around. And it gives you a vague idea of where they're all. And they're not that hard to find, frankly, if you're following the game. But you get a lot of these really nice areas. You know, I had some really good fun going through these areas. These very well made, nice areas. These very interesting, not seen before on film. I mean, this Vault-Tec thing, this is basically about Vault-Tec wanting to go to space.
Join us on a journey into the future, where humanity has set out on a new voyage of discovery, seeking adventure among the stars. Arcturus Prime, a frontier colony.
It's kind of based on the idea that Vault-Tec, assuming that,
underground, with Vault-Tec's modular construction techniques.
This is basically them going, hey, we can, do other applications that aren't, nuclear bunkers. We can actually do, like, space colonies. Now, interesting about this is there is actually, I really like this, Vault-Tec just, oh my god, in this little demo vault, they have, like, several experiments going on still. Like these things. Like, there's a bunch of experiments going on in this little fucking demo vault, which I really like. I mean, it's just a big tour guide type thing, But one of the problems with this as well, this is really good, but then going back to the problems with it, this is the experiment. One of my problems with it, this game is so concerned with you being bored. It is so concerned with you being bored that it just has to have cannon fodder everywhere. It can't just let you walk around and enjoy something and experience it. It can't.
Imagine a future among the stars.
it doesn't trust you to
For
not
more
get bored.
information, or to sign up for the Vault program,
Which
please
is...
see a sales associate.
Yeah, this is the experiment room. Yeah, they can't trust you. Like, this entire galactic world, it's full of just robots. Oh, wait, the robots are just retextured. Like, they're retextured, like Mr. Handy's and Protectrons, just with, like, a different weapon. They're not great. You know... It's like... Like, in that building, there's just loads of robots. You know, you can't just go around and, like, you know, read up on all the lore and be interested in how they were telling the story. No. It has to give you cannon fodder. You know, you can't just wander around this interesting park and admire everything. There's cannon fodder everywhere. It doesn't trust you to not be bored. It's very frustrating. The power's back on, so a lot of these rides are working now. They weren't working before. That seems to be the only thing that changes. I mean, there's a lift that goes up there, and that's where one of the star cores is. When you get the power back on. But, where am I going? There's the Robco Battle Zone. I mean, this makes sense for there to be evil robots in, because it's literally a robot battle arena. It's basically like Robot Wars. I really appreciate these little rides they have. There's a lot of lore to them. They have loads of really cool, like, computer terminals with just interesting, like, staff reports and shit on. Like, I like that stuff. So yeah, you go in there, you fight a bunch of robots. Makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. But there's just robots everywhere outside as well. So that loses its significance and charm when you're already just fighting robots and you go in a thing and then you just fight more robots and you leave and you fight more robots. You know, it's not like this was empty. No. And I feel this game lacks, something Fallout New Vegas did quite well. It was silent tension. You know, they do a very good thing where they make you feel like there might be something lurking around the corner, even if there's not. And that's the thing. In Fallout 4, you always know something's going to be lurking around the corner because there always is. There is always enemies. There is always something around that you have to shoot because, goddamn, it's so worried. It's so fucking concerned that the fucking audience are going to be bored. And it... Oh god, those animatronics are a bit annoying. And this place, actually, this Galactic Zone is really confusingly laid out. Got lost here quite a lot. Where is Nuka Galaxy? Nuka Galaxy. This was shown in the trailers. This is the, ride you can ride on. There you go. So this is a really nice thing. Like, there's a lot of themes here, like this ridiculously long queue. That, you know, it's like a 6-hour wait and stuff. You know, this hugely long queue. Very much like Disney World.
Get to your ships.
And all the robots here work still, because I fixed the robot mainframe before I actually came here for the first time. When you come here, before main power is back on, if main power isn't back onto the park, which is that thing you saw me do before, this ride doesn't work.
Hello there.
Now, generally the way you do this, like normally, is you
protect and serve.
Also, they activate like the hostile, but they're not. Yeah, the main way you have to go through this when you get installed is you have to wander through the ride in this back way here, which is quite fun. But when I did this, as I say, the robots were already deactivated, so it was a bit... This is the problem, like, an area like this isn't made for lore. Like, you're just walking through and the robots are all the attraction, and it makes sense for there to be robot enemies in a place like that. It's contextual. And there's others where it isn't. I mean, it's a reasonably fun way. You can't look around. It's literally an on-rails thing. It feels more like a... I mean, I like the lighting effects. They're very nice. It's a bit pointless. This is where you get the, Oh. Just wearing it again. Yeah, this is where you get the Nuka Girl suit. But that, you know, that was a fun thing to go through all the same, even when the enemies weren't attacking me, I guess, but, you know. Far Harbor's definitely the best DLC, like, by far. By far, Far Harbor's the best. The Workshop DLCs, I think, are fucking worthless. Automatron's very good as well. I'd say Automatron... I don't know, I think the problem is, right, if I'm bringing this DLC just off... I don't know who's shooting. If I'm bringing this DLC just off this, just off these park areas, it's better than Automatron, and it's a little worse than Far Harbor. But it's still very good. If I'm rating it over the whole DLC, it's worse than Automatron. That's the thing, that's the beauty. I mean, if you can get this DLC for like in a year when it's on sale for like a $5, it's worth it. it's just not worth it for £15 because you can get Far Harbor for 15, £20 for 50. You know, you can get Far Harbor for that. So you have that area, and it has all it has 5 rides, or 5 areas you have to go through, and they're fun. I like them. That was a nice thing. There was no overarching thing of people were living there and the robots turning them and they were trying to get it. And, you know, it's a nice little story told through. Now, this is Dry Rock Gorge. This is the most New Vegas because, you know, Nuka-Cola Wild was being released to compete with Sunset Sarsaparilla, which they wouldn't say. I haven't been here, so probably any here, but you have
There's my favorite.
Oh, it really reminds me of what's his fucking name? I can't remember the name. The Tectron in I can't remember the name of the place either. New Vegas, place of the roller coaster. This entire place is it basically reminds me of that. No casinos, obviously, but you know, you come in, he gives you a cowboy outfit. There's not many enemies here. There's something called bloodworms, which they dig through the ground like mole rats, and they sort of come up and they kind of bite and they go back under. They're fucking horrifying. They sometimes just burst out of like things, but and you have to do these little missions. Like he wants you to round up the giddy up buttercups and put them back in the pen. If you're a robotics expert, you can actually skip all of them.
What's that?
Because robotics expert, you can just there's a speed check that just like reprogram, and you just get to skip all of them, which I really appreciate. That, you know, it makes it's a good skill check, you know. Come on, mate.
Now it's my turn.
Is it? Good job, mate. Awful. Yeah, there's this. So you do that, and there's about 3 of those. You have to get 3 to get a key. Where is it? Oh. You have to get 3 to get a key to get into the this place, Mad Mulligan's Minecart Coaster. There's that. I think there's a where is it? Him. I can't actually remember what he wanted to do. But it's fun. It's a proper little cowboy adventure, and it's a little quest, and it's a fun little thing, and you know your character has dialogue that lets you play along and be like, "Eat rootin' tootin'," you know, it's kind of ridiculous. You can't ride the roller coaster, by the way. The only roller coaster you can ride is the Nuka Galaxy one. You go in here, and there's not much in there actually. It's not that good, but it's nice. This isn't like it's all these little compact areas that do different things. It's nice. This kind of feels a bit like me being in like a high-res New Vegas, which is quite nice. Yeah, you sort of get these like prospector outfits and stuff. Really quite nice. Oh, I do quite like that. So you have that area, which is quite good. Then you've got the bottling plant, which is shit. It's just you go in, you kill a couple of I think they're called Nuka Mercs. They're just retextured Mirelix. A lot of the enemies in this are just retextured other enemies. And it's like, oh, look at all the robots. They are like, I mean, it actually makes reference to that in the Robco Fun Zone. There's a terminal, which is like, you know, some guests are complaining that you know, these aren't there's like space versions and Nuka versions. It's like, oh, look, these the robots we're giving are just, you know, repaints of already existing Robco branded robots, and it's like, oh, they don't feel like they're getting the futuristic thing. Both us and Robco representatives decide that we have no comment on this matter. Please don't mention it, and it just ends. And I really like that. I mean, that's a nice little touch. But you know, like, you know, it's just Nuka. It's just you kill a bunch of Mirelix and that's it. There's really nothing in the. I was really excited for the bottom of the plank. It's very big, and there's nothing really. It can be a bit more interesting stuff. Safari Adventure. This was the place I put the pack because they fucking belong here, don't they? Come on. God damn. Oh shit. I don't know how they killed me that fast. Fine. But that area is fun. There's you go in there. There's something called gator claws in there, which are they're basically death claws but alligators. Once again, just kind of a retexture. And it's a whole thing that there was a genetic there was like a genetic replicator that was growing eggs, and that's how they got all their specimens, and that's how they got all the animals. And there's a bunch of them around. They keep spawning, and that's because they're replicating automatically because a scientist got trapped there, and they were replicating automatically. But you discover this guy here. He's basically Tarzan, and he was raised by apes, and the apes are there. They're oh god, they're ghoul-rillas. Their fucking name is a pun, and I hate it. I love it, and I hate it. The ghoul-rillas, and they're just gorillas, like ghoul gorillas. Oh shit, this gun's good, isn't it? Oh man, if I killing me so fast, bloody hell. But it's a really fun little quest. You know, you go around with this guy and you figure out why there's, you know, this thing happened, and you know, this little underground area, and you have to go through all these little kind of exhibits. And whatever gun he's got, I need it. I need that gun. That might be an explosive gun. Maybe that's why it's killing me so fast. This is a ballistic weave thing. I don't have the highest damage resistance, like 234, but it's not to be scoffed at, you know. So I don't know why that happens. When I crouch, I just sort of go invisible for a second. It's weird, I don't know. I think that might be a perk I've got.
What the?
Boo. Oh, shit. Well, I'm going to pick some I'm going to take some drugs. Yeah, this is a really fun little bit. You go around, you explore this little like world, and there's a tree house, and it's not as fun as it sounds. I thought it was going to be a bit more. I thought all these park areas were going to be a bit bigger and had a bit more to them, but you know, it's still good. Medex and let's go with Psycho. I don't like Psycho Jet. I know John really likes the Psycho Jet, but I'm not a fan of the old slow time. Oh, I don't have much ammo for this at all. What was he using? Lucky combat armor. What the? Suppressed powerful pack rifle. What? He was using that for? Oh yeah, no. That quest is just made so much worse. That Raider one, just by you having to going back to him so many times. It's already bad, and it's made so much worse by that. Yeah, they have these cool with the chairs. Well, pack. They totally belonged here. The other park didn't, like the other park, it never felt like one of the operators of Disciples really belonged there. Oh shit. Oh shit, rats. But this does fit. It's just nice, you know. Nice little area. A bit run down, you know, but have wander around, it's nice. Fun. Nice little area. I like the quest here. Nice fun quest. This kid that was raised by gorillas, and then you've got the I think my favourite, which was Kiddie Kingdom. Kiddie Kingdom was frustrating in some ways. It was an area that had rad sprayers everywhere, so the entire time you were there, you were just getting really heavily irradiated, and it was full of ghouls and very high-end legendary ghouls. Now, that annoyed me as well, because it was kind of the thing of, you know, obsessed with combat, all that shit. But it kind of canonically made sense. That's the key. I mean, a lot of times the canonical explanation for it is really loose, but here it kind of made sense. There shouldn't have been so many of them, frankly. I wish it was just like, you know, 10, 20 really high-end ghouls, rather than like just 100 random ones. I haven't been to it. I've only been to the Galactic Zone since I did the thing, so all these guys still live. Fuck off, mate. Crippled legs. God, the legendary drops are awful. Yeah, it's not like Far Harbor. Far Harbor has a lot of new items and weapons and legendary effects. This doesn't really. But have I found all the Cappy letters yet? No, God, I probably would have, but I wasn't wearing the Cappy glasses the whole time when I thought I was, and I realised after I finished it, and I was like, oh. I'll do that at some point. I will. Yes, I'll probably do that tonight, actually. But it's a fun area. It's really creepy. It's got this. Oh, you can hear the music. Really fucking creepy music. It kind of gives me a Sierra Madre vibe, some sort of from Blood Money. Kind of gives me that vibe. There's like these rad sprays everywhere, and there's ghouls everywhere, and they're strong. It's a very hard area, and the whole thing is there is a guy. There's this fucking ghoul magician. He was a magician here when the park was in service, and he's taunting you. He's trying to mess with you and get you to leave, and that's how he's been doing it with everyone who comes here. He's been getting to leave with all the ghouls and the rad sprays, you know. But you're more resilient. And he's got a very good story. You know, it's very confusing at the start, and then it unravels itself, and it's very sad in a lot of ways. you know, I don't know whether I should spoil it or not. I mean, I won't spoil the ending, but I will spoil. You know, he was living there with a bunch of the people from the park, and they all got ghoulified when the bombs hit. The bombs didn't hit here directly, so they just got radiated, and they all got ghoulified. And you know, they were trying to hold out, and they were trying to understand what was wrong. But it turns out this magician, he became a glowing one. He became a non-feral glowing one, which meant he could perform real magic to bring people back, and he thought it was real magic, and this whole thing. And he can teleport around. I don't know how he does that, but he does. You go through a funhouse. That's a really... God. Oh, where's my phone one? Oh yeah, it's got this green glow over the whole place, which makes sense when there's rads here, but because when you're on the top of the Ferris wheel, it looks like green glow. But I don't know why it's still there, because when I turn the rad sprays off, so it's still there. Where is the funhouse? You go through a funhouse, and it's ridiculous, and it's just like parkour thing, and it's jolly good fun. He's just messing with you, and it's just good. And I think there's a theatre, and there's a mess with the theatre. You have to do like a sub-boss battle with him. Then you go up, and you can either talk to him or fight him. And you get a magician's hat, which gives you the same effect as the captain's hat, which is 10% run speed, but it's got like different. I think it's got +2 luck. I think. And you get a sword from him as well. You get a sword. It's an electrified blade, serrated electrified blade, and it's got some other stuff with it. I can't remember quite what the effects are more. But yeah, it's a nice fun area. It's got all this shit going around. You know, you have to be very careful because you've got to navigate through this while these are going around. The ghouls are hitting them, and it's a good area, very kind of creepy area. And I feel it would have been a bit more creepy if they'd have just toned down the ghouls. Like, keep it irradiated. Here's the funhouse. Like, keep it irradiated, right? But instead of having 100 ghouls, because the whole thing is that all the ghouls that were here, right? Because he had, you know, he was here with his, like, you know, 20 performers, and they all became feral after a while, right? They all became feral after a while. But there was way more, there was just hundreds of ghouls here, and I never understood why. Also, I don't get this house of mirrors that you can just see through them. Why are they glass? But, yeah, I feel it would have been a bit creepier and a bit nicer if they would have just made it really creepy. And,
I believe we're supposed to file a police.
Oh, shut up, Curie. Yeah, they made it really creepy, but... Because, like, the first time I saw him was here. He was up there. And I thought he was an animatronic, and I got close, and I was like, oh, no, that's creepy. But because there's so many ghouls, it kind of undermines the creepiness of it all, I guess. I don't know if that makes sense, but... You know... Oh, this bit's really good. It undermines the creepiness of it all. If they would have had, like, you know, 10, 20 really hard legendary ghouls instead of... Oh, oh, scouts.
Nice.
I haven't got any of those yet. Instead of, like, just 100 shit ghouls and a couple of legendary ones, it would have made it, I think, just nicer atmosphere-wise. That's one, the atmosphere isn't great. And... These bits aren't very good. Yeah. The light's very nice, isn't it? Very pretty. And, you know, you do a fight with them, and it's quite good. It's just interesting, weird level design and nice story. This was in the trailer as well. I think this fucking room of doors bit. But they close automatically as well, so you get more confused at where you are. I quite like it. Oh god, I haven't seen this bit before. Oh my god, it's so cool. Oh, that's really cool. Oh, I hadn't been in all these rooms. Oh, it's really nice. That did give me an obsolution for a second there. That's nice, I like that. I don't know, it just ruins it a bit. Oh man. But what the fuck? Oh, why bubble hats? That's weird. The drawing bubble hats is just a floating bowler hat with a cigar. And it's really good. And then you sort of find out that, you know, you find out through logs that he you know, his girlfriend and all his friends slowly became feral and mad, and his girlfriend went off to look for a cure. And she went off to look for a cure. You know, you can talk him into going and finding it. And there's a lot of really poignant sort of like sad terminal entries and stuff around the place. But it really frustrated me. She went off to the nearby town, because on the map, right, there's a little town here which was basically made to service employees of the park and stuff. And she went off there to look for a cure. And I went there after I did this quest, and she was dead. She'd shot herself. She killed herself because she could feel herself going feral, and she killed herself so she wouldn't go feral because she was terrified of it. And it was really quite a really sad, just well-written. It actually made me sad, you know. It was quite a moment, you know. You got to know these characters through dialogue, and you know, you get to empathize with them and realize that he's just terrified and stuff. And it was just ruined. The entire moment was ruined because the fucking entire town was just full of ghouls. Just full of ghouls. You know, I was trying to I was reading this thing, I was listening to a really sad, you know, suicide note. I was listening to a suicide note of a sad and just saying how much she loves this guy and this really good voice actor. And it's just ghouls attacking me. And it's playing, you know, the bum 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 music, and it's like, fucking just tone it down a minute. The game doesn't know how to fucking tone it down. The game's just, it has to be high octane all the fucking time because it fucking feels like everyone plays this as fucking a Call of Duty player and they can't fucking sit still for 5 seconds. But goddamn, it's just so frustrating. It's so frustrating. I fucking pissed me off. Because it was, I think, one of the best moments in the entire game. And they ruined it with having too much combat, which ruins, I think, a lot of things in this game. But, you know, great area. This area was just great anyway. It was a big old confusing mess, you know. And he's taunting you the whole time, and he's mocking you over the tannoy, and you're being heavily irradiated in this fucking... It's a good area, even with the overt amount of ghouls it uses. And then, last but not least, you have the bottling plant, which I say shit. So these areas are fun, and this little side quest down here is quite fun. And there's a what is it? There's the Dunmore Homestead, which is like a little haunted house type thing, telling the story of some girl who killed her parents. And I quite like this place actually. It's oh, this isn't it. No, that's not it at all. What am I thinking of? What am I thinking of? Where is it? Oh, there, here, the Winchester Mr. Branson. Yeah, it's sorry, and you go through it. It's this little ride. You go through, and there's like a little guided tour type thing, and it turns out there's a clever little mystery. I got a bit annoyed at it actually because it tries to kill you a lot, and they just stick robots in it. And when you're in it initially, you don't know why there's robots there. You sat there going, "Oh, fucking an Assaultron." I fought like a billion of these. It's kind of really quite annoying actually, but you go through it, it tells you this story, and this is one of the things where I feel they did it badly, because the problem is it's not like one of the best things I think Fallout does is it does very good storytelling through level design, through a dead body, an audio logs on a computer, you know, the way it's designed, and you can tell a lot from a room. It's very clever the way it does that, I think. This it doesn't. You just walk in the room and it tells you. And I got very bored because it's like oh, it's just talking to you, telling you the story, and nothing's happening. And you're not investigating it yourself. You're not finding out the information yourself. It's just telling you. I found it quite boring. But you sort of go through this, and there's robots here, and they attack you, and you know, it tells you the story of this kid who like strangled and it's bombs everywhere. It's very, I got a bit annoyed. There's a guy. It turns out there's a guy who moved in here, and he was like suckering in people to steal their stuff. I was like, oh, I think one of the robots is malfunctioning because it's making it sound like a little girl. And at the start of the level, you see a little girl run through, and I thought it was an animatronic, and oh no, it's not. I walked up here, there's a little girl, and she runs over here, and then she disappears, and it's fucking ghost, man. It scared the shit out of me. But that's a nice area. Once again, it canonically makes sense that there's combat here, but it just feels like they're coming up with every excuse to have combat, because there's not one area that doesn't have combat. There's not one area in this fucking game that I'm just wandering through that doesn't have combat. That funhouse full of fucking ghouls. Every one of those galactic rides full of robots. That place full of robots. It's full of robots, or it's full of insects, or it's full of ghouls, or full of whatever. There's no just quiet, creepy area that's just, you know. I got very disappointed in it because this had a lot of opportunities to do it, and it just squandered all of them. Oh, wow, Neek and a Gatling gun. That's not bad.
You should wash your hands after that.
I'm gonna
It
keep
can
it.
be unsanitary.
I'm gonna drop them actually. Oh god, there was a fucking bug in this game that fucking almost killed me repeatedly. Oh, there it is, Sword of Wonders. That's not a bad sword actually. It's not the Panther. I mean, it's better weapons. I mean, fucking. I mean, this is about, it doesn't actually add that many new weapons. It adds basically an AK-47 style rifle. That's the only new gun it adds really, and there's just a lot of different modifications on that. There's the water pistol, which I don't think does anything, and like an acid gun, I think you get, and that's really it. There's a couple of new outfits, and that's it. But you know, Atom's Judgment is just far better as a weapon. Atom's Judgment is ridiculous as a weapon. It's the thing. This is coming after Far Harbor, and it does basically everything worse than Far Harbor. Yeah, you can't put Ballistic Weave on any of the new suits either. No. It feels like its own game, but in a bad way. Like. Like Far Harbor felt like its own game because it felt like a good little self-contained game. But this, it feels like it was designed without care for the actual rest of the main game. Like it kind of feels like they didn't think about the main game and it was designed on its own. Like it was a thing they were. It feels like they put loads of features in it that they. It just doesn't feel like they put much thought into a lot of it, frankly. Like there's some very good level design. Especially in those. Oh, fucking. There's a lot of new enemies. I'll give it that. Ants are back. There's flying ants. There's small ants. They're not like the full-sized ants from New Vegas, but ants are back. You've got these fucking cricket things. You've got those fucking worms that pop out of fucking bodies, and they're disgusting. There's a nice amount of like new insects and stuff. These are a pain in the ass because they jump so close to you. They're really hard to kill, especially because I use awful. But at the end of the day, it's hard to recommend. Because I recommend those bits, but there are too many fucking enemies. Because it's kind of what. It makes all the enemies cannon fodder as well. It's like none of the enemies are particularly hard. Like there's usually like a sub-boss or something, but then the rest of them are just cannon fodder. They don't really do much damage, and they don't take much damage, and there's like loads of them, and they're just sort of there. They're just sort of there because you need something to shoot at, and there's so many of them that it just ruins moments. There's no. It was kind of it was very disappointing in that respect. I think the Safari World land did it very well in that it was just it wasn't. Why is it playing that music in here? Been here before. Why are these fucking things? Yeah, I don't know what they were using this for. I didn't quite get the story of them because I didn't. The first time I spoke to her, I had the option to ask her, and I didn't because I thought I could ask her later. And I never did. I was never able to ask her later. Oh, a commie whacker. What's that? Is that a weapon? I think someone just mentioned that in the chat actually. Oh, there's a weapon. Oh wow, neat. It's very disappointing. And it's very frustrating because I think someone said in the chat before, like it's more frustrating and more disappointing when you can really see the potential in something to be truly fucking great, and it just really isn't. Oh. What? That's weird. I didn't. Is there an extra one? There must be an extra one. Fair enough. Yeah, and that's I think. You know, I think that's what, like, most games that really frustrate me are these games. Like, I think that's why people were so pissed off at No Man's Sky, because you can really see the potential in No Man's Sky, and it just falls flat on pretty much everything, and it makes really weird design choices which frankly ruin a lot of things. And this is what this does. You can see the potential. You can see how good it could have been, and just you know, it could be improved so much, right? By just toning back on the amount of enemies in areas, letting areas just be creepy.
We should preserve one of these for study.
You know, I think, as I say, I think Kiddie Kingdom would have been fucking great if it was just quiet. It had that creepy music playing, all these rides on, and all this fucking radiation blowing around, and just fucking nothing. And you're just really on edge, and then occasionally like this like a really hot, because there were several legendary ghouls, and a couple of them occasionally come up, and they're the people who were, you know, they were the actors who were living there. That would make sense. But they don't do that. Galactic Zone is just, hey, do you want to kill 1 billion iBots? No. It goes, well, you get to anyway. That's what I say, the battle zone, it just loses its interest, because it's like you go in there, it's like, hey, ready to fight? And like the game, I mean, not dialogue, but you know, the game, the way that it's designed is clearly very, hey, are you ready to fight? You know, a bunch of hard robots, and you're like, I've just fought a fucking bunch of robots. I don't need to fight more robots. I've just fought all the robots. And, real shame. If you can, I still very highly recommend Far Harbor. I think Far Harbor is the best Fallout DLC ever. Because on its own, it's a very good game. You can just play Far Harbor on its own. It's a very good game. Hell, I'd even recommend, because I don't like the Fallout 4 main campaign very much. Like, I could even recommend, literally, it's not a good idea, but, you know, the Far Harbor is good enough on its own that you could start a new game, you know, give yourself a bunch of levels with commands and some items, and then just go straight to Far Harbor and just play Far Harbor and nothing else. That's how good it is. I think it's because it's the most like New Vegas. It's got factions and shit. This is just incredibly anticlimactic, and it's very
with an alcohol twist.
It's very anticlimactic, very shit in a lot of ways, but some of it's very good. I think that's what frustrates me, as I say, because some of it's excellent, and some of it could have been excellent with a small change, and others are just terrible. There's no middle ground. You know, there's a lot of meh in Far Harbor, but it's outdone by a lot of good. And this is just... So yeah, if you can get this, you know, a couple of years down the line cheap, you know, £5 or something, sure. I can recommend it for £5. I cannot recommend it for full price. This DLC is not worth full price at all. It didn't even take me that long to get through this stuff, I want to point out, either. Like, actually I can check how long. A lot of it was paused. So this is 5 days, 0 hours, and that was the end. So getting to that point took me about 7 hours, and a lot of that, I think maybe an hour or two of that was me just sort of AFK, like on the Pip-Boy screen. So I think it is probably like a 6-hour experience if you explore everything like I did. And I've done everything. I mean, I haven't done a lot of the little fucking random ass side quests, but frankly, I don't care. You know, it's sick. For the good stuff, the stuff I recommend is like a 5-hour experience, 4-hour experience, which is just going around and doing the parks. It's very nice at night with the power on. That's nice. I say the power doesn't do much; it just turns the lights on and like activates like a couple of lifts and stuff. I don't really get the point of the power. Like, it makes a really big deal of the power. The power is made such a big deal of, like, the fucking water purifier in Fallout 3 or something like that. It's like, it turns on, nothing changes. Ugh. Not those type of filthy words that get your videos unmonetizable. I don't even monetize my videos, though. Go find the cappy things in the stream. No, I can't be bothered. There's too many of them in random places. I'll do that my own time. Yeah, the one thing the power does, like, turn on, which is significant, is the ride, which, I mean, doesn't unlock anything, it's just a ride. And this lift. This is the only thing, right, that it properly actually makes a gameplay difference. Because it gets you the 1-star core you need. That's it. The rest of the power is just, oh, look at the lights. It's like, yeah. Like, I was kind of avoiding exploring at first, because I thought I needed to turn that on. Like, the first thing I did was I went up to the power plant. And I went up there myself, and I think that took quite a bit of time going up to the power plant. I went up there, and I went through, and I tried to turn the power on, I couldn't. Maybe the power got from that. Yeah, it's a really nice view. They put this nice little haze over everything. That's what you could see over in the world over there was the green haze. But, you know, they all have this nice little haze. That was like a yellow haze, it's like a blue haze. It's pretty pretty from above. You know, at night, it's really pretty from above at night. And the music, the score is beautiful. It's very well themed. You know, I love the Galactic one, I love the Wild one, I love the one in Kiddie Town. Really creepy one in Kiddie Town. But that's all that's up here. There's nothing else up here. There's Stark, and that's it. Power doesn't do anything, it doesn't matter. Just makes everything a bit prettier. Hello, Kiri. To explain why I didn't take damage there, I have long fall boots on. They, okay, they're really hard to get. They're more of an Easter egg thing. They're just, I can't remember what the actual perk is. But they're just an Easter egg thing. They're at the top of, hang on. People who make money care. Yeah, people who make money, but I want to point out, like, is this... I mean, I've heard this, like, said a lot today, but is this just entirely based off that one Philip DeFranco, like, screenshot? Because if it's based off the one Philip DeFranco screenshot, I'm not really going to take it with much salt. I don't think that's the right phrase. Either way, I mean, is there any other examples of it, though? Because, like, yeah, Matthew's, it's something, I'll show you actually, no. If you want offensive, you get money. I mean, there's a lot of YouTubers who are very offensive who still have the Rad Rev. I mean, our Rad Rev's still on. You know, we swear all the time. It's probable that, like, Philip DeFranco's video just got reported, and it was, like, turned off because he was reported. That happens a lot already. I don't think they've changed anything. It just seems like it's just the thing that's been a thing for a while is just happening to some higher profile people. So, well, a lot of people, but who are a lot of people? Like, this is the thing. It's why I'm taking it with a sort of a pinch of salt, because I'm not saying it's not an issue. I want to point that out. I'm not saying it's not an issue at all. But what I am saying is that don't get super outraged for outrage's sake, because there might be a plausible explanation, and it might only be happening to a couple of people for a perfectly reasonable reason. That's I'm gonna go and show you how to get those boots. You need a jetpack, by the way. You actually, it's like the only thing you ever need a jetpack for. That you actually, you know, need a jetpack for. What the fuck is it? God. There. Yeah, I got very disappointed with a lot of things in Fallout 4. People, yeah, well, your companies don't want ads. That's the thing. It's not like, I mean, some people are going, well, you know, YouTube are choosing, you know, companies over people or whatever. It's like, well, I mean, yeah.
Who's that?
I mean, it's the advertisers that are responsible for that. Is the thing. Like, it's not. I mean, if you're with a network, it's quite probable the network will just get relevant ads for you, and the advertiser won't care. It's a lot of variables. Oh god, the frame rate's awful around here. Good lord. There's a lot of variables involved. Like, it's not YouTube are just removing ads from people who are offensive. That's not. It's a very generalized thing. Is the DLC good so far? No, don't get it. You know, just don't be outraged for outrage's sake. I mean, there's a lot of variables. So, you know, consider that. When did YouTube become a safe zone? It isn't a safe zone. Jesus fucking Christ. advertisers don't sometimes want their ads associated with content that they don't fucking want. Like, some advertisers just don't want to be associated with certain kinds of content. That has been a thing forever. Advertisers will pull out of TV shows because they don't like the content, and the TV shows have to censor themselves a little bit to make the advertisers happy. You know, and it's always been the thing on YouTube, as I say. It's not new. It just sounds like it's happening to some more higher profile YouTubers is all. So just don't get your panties in a twist yet. This thing is really difficult to get. Is that how I get up there? I might be how I get up there. Oh shit. That is not how I get up there. I can't remember how I get up there now. Oh, there it is. No, I don't. Without said companies, many users will get paid enough time to try a job. Well, yeah. I mean, it's not unreasonable of the companies, is it? No. Right, so with the jetpack, you have to get to the very, 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 very tip top. Like, fucking, where the white is. It was a long trip, and it's not really worth it because you can just get this stuff randomly spawning in the wild, but it's, you know, kind of cool. So it is just like, it sounds like if their video is reported, YouTube are evaluating the video, and then monetization's being, you know, enabled or disabled based on that. So if I was advertising like kids' clothes or something, you know, I wouldn't want that advert to be on a video with like
opens with a key.
Rape on or something. Not actual rape, but you know what I mean. Yeah, most of these, I actually went TCL in these, and these just like, a lot of these are just fake rooms that they put in there. Is it worth buying the season pass for everything now it's all out? That's a hard question to answer, actually. Because one of the problems with Fallout like 4 essentially is, really, there's only really half the DLC is good. You know, Automatron's good. I liked Automatron a lot. Automatron was very good. Yeah, this is one of the rooms I opened with a command. Yeah, Automatron was very good. Farm was very good. And then there's 3 settlement DLCs, and frankly, I don't really think any of them are worth it. I don't think the settlement stuff's very good. How to get up here? Oh god. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I don't think the settlement stuff's particularly good. Okay, now I'm at the top. You have to get to the very top there. You have to sort of bunny hop off these windows. It's really fucking difficult. You know, it's just, I don't know. I don't really. There is people who recommend all of them. I don't think if you like the settlement stuff a lot, you know, fine, it'll probably be worth it if you like the settlement stuff. You know, if you like building your own settlements. Oh shit, you're probably shit. If you like building settlements, you'll probably like it. Yeah, if you like building settlements, you'll like the DLC. If you don't like building settlements, don't get the season pass. Just wait. Just find. I mean, fucking, you can get New Vegas. Like, you can get the New Vegas like Game of the Year edition with all the DLC on sale when it's on sale for like cheaper than just the season pass of this, which you should do. I still have these. I don't know. No, it's fucking New Vegas. So fucking New Vegas. All the DLC in New Vegas are good. I mean, I know some people don't really like the what is it called? It just gives you a bunch of items at the start of the game, essentially. I know a lot of people don't like that. A lot of people just turn it off. But frankly, that was like a £2 DLC when it was new anyway. I think Wastelanders Wasteland Wonders. Actually, Courier Stash. That's it. But the 5 story DLCs for New Vegas are very good. Even the weakest ones, I think, better than like even the weakest Fallout New Vegas DLC, which is probably Zion Canyon. I can't remember what the DLC is called. Is definitely stronger than Nuka World. You know, they're all very solid DLCs. I think Fallout 3's bunch of DLC is very good as well. I think Fallout 3. I mean, Fallout 3 adds actually stuff to the end of the game. You know, Fallout 3 DLC is very. Oh shit. 3 DLC is very good. But Fallout 4, it tried to do. Its DLC structure was a bit more like Skyrim. I never liked Skyrim's DLC structure because Skyrim had 2 big DLCs and a bunch of little ones. And this is basically exactly what this did. This went with 2 big ones, 3 little ones, and kind of 1 small medium one. And that's what Skyrim did. And I never liked that because I prefer to have 5 nice different experiences than 2 significant ones. Now, Fallout was very good, as I say, but I would have preferred 5 smaller ones. So, eh. Also, you know, there's no sound thing really is. Wait, am I in? Is that it? I have to go 1 higher. Oh, I think this is it. Okay. You need it. And in here we go. Is this it? I think this must be it. It looks like the right room. Yeah, that's the right place. If you get up there with the jetpack, there will be, as I've just showed how you just have to sort of bunny hop up and quick save a lot. Those long fall boots, I think they'll be in the safe. I think they're randomized, so they'll be heavy. You know, it's combat armor, and they'll randomize what combat armor it is. So if you actually, I think one of the ways to do it is if you, it doesn't spawn them though until you're actually in the room. So I think if you like quick save on the ledge down there, right, before you fly up, see if it's you'll want the heavy ones. I don't have the heavy ones. I didn't realize that was a thing until after I'd already got them. But you know, if you want the heavy ones, fly up, see which ones they are. If they're not the ones you want, reload, try again. And that's the way to do it. It's a nice little thing. I didn't find that out myself, by the way. Someone did tell me that they were up there. But it's quite a nice thing, because why would you ever even try? It's not really worth it, though. I mean, a lot of people will say they're not worth it, because they prefer, you know, troubleshooter's gear or whatever, but frankly, I'm more than happy just being able to jump off stuff without a care in the world. Anyway. Get up there. So, yeah, it's good. It's yeah. Anyway, that's all the Fallout 4. You know, I got very annoyed at the Fallout 4 ending because it was very ambiguous. It left it very open. And one of the things I really liked about 3 and New Vegas especially, why is it so laggy? Why is it frame rate shit? Was that New Vegas, you finished the game and then it went, oh, this is what happened to this person. And it's a nice ending conclusion. And there's an end point, you're done, you play it, you get to that point, you're done. You can reload and play with a bit with that character and stuff like that, but you're done. That's it. You're finished with the game, and I like a game that just tells me I'm finished. Oh shit.
Who's there?
Like, I don't like the. Cause I never like in a game when I. Because in New Vegas, I stopped playing it when I reached that ending. But then there's other games where I don't. I got that with Subnautica. Like, I don't like playing a game into the point where I've got nothing else to do and then I just have to close the game. It's a very unsatisfying ending. I want a good taste. I want a satisfying ending. I want to leave with a nice taste in my mouth. You know, I don't. You know. And Fallout 4 doesn't do that. You know, it ends with you blowing up the Institute or blowing up the Frid Win or whatever ending you fucking choose. Whatever stupid ending you choose. Frankly, I don't like any of the endings in fucking Fallout 4. And yeah, it just ends, and then you're done. It's like, oh, we've got more work to do. It's like, wait, what? And you just sort of do these like random, just like busy work quests that don't mean anything. They don't have any specific dialogue or interest to them, and they've got no real lore, or they don't really mean anything. And this DLC was kind of, it was supposed to wrap everything up. Is what I was expecting. It was supposed to wrap up a story, but it doesn't. It just gives more busy work. That's all it does. It doesn't wrap anything up. It gives more random shit to do. It's even more pointless. It did exactly the opposite of what it fucking needed to do. As the end is the last one. If this was an earlier DLC, I wouldn't have minded so much, but the fact it's the end DLC makes it extra annoying. So, you know. Yeah. Anyway. It's, yeah, I don't, it's not great. You don't get anything particularly interesting out of it. If you want a slight repaint of XO1 that has a slight bonus on it, well, like, I mean, there you go. I think there's a Nuka World T60 as well, I think. But, you know, I don't know how to get that. How many hours do I have? In Fallout 4, I have 280. I mean, that includes my PS4 time, because when I got it on PC, I left it running, because I like logging my hours properly. So I left it running for the amount of time I played it on PS4, and then I played it, you know, on PC quite a lot as well. So I've got 200 and... It's my most played game on Steam, by far. If Minecraft or GTA 5 were in that time, I'd have more in those too. But this is my most played game on Steam. New Vegas is... Because I played a lot of New Vegas like years ago when I had it pirated. Let's see. It's been actually achievement wise. I haven't got any of the achievements. I know it's 10 new achievements and I haven't got any of them. I don't know whether I don't know. It's weird. I thought I would have got one of them at some point, especially when I finished it. Maybe I'm thinking all the time, like, have I actually finished it? Because I don't feel like I finished it. Like, you know? Oh, God. When I complete the Grand Tour. Yeah, I've done these. It just hasn't given me the achievements for some reason. Maybe they're broken. Fuck it, for fuck's sake. Great, good. The achievements don't work either, at least for me. Great, good. Yeah, so I've got, most played in Fallout 4. I mean, Fallout, that's the thing with Fallout 4, like, it's not a bad game. I just dislike it, like, compared to, like, New Vegas. I can recommend Fallout 4 pretty easily. Just as a Fallout fan. Yeah, my second most played game is New Vegas with 164 hours, but it's probably more like 250 if you include the time I spent when I had it pirated years ago. Then Kerbal, then Skyrim, then the new Hitman. The new Hitman's my fifth most played game on Steam. Really good game, the new Hitman. Yeah, so I can't recommend the new DLC at full price, and you should wait. I can recommend Far Harbor at full price. I can definitely recommend Far Harbor at full price. I can recommend Automatron at full price. Automatron adds a lot of new interesting stuff into the game. You know, I can totally recommend that. But you know, there's some new stuff for Automatron. If you got Automatron, it's got you get a couple of new bits for robots in this DLC, like a very few. That's what you saw Curie using for a lot of this. Was like a Nuka-Cola launcher. It's like an explosive thing. It does a lot of damage. It's the highest, I think, individual damage output weapon, but I prefer having Gatling lasers on it because it just does a lot higher DPS. I didn't get one of the originals. No, the 2D isometric thing doesn't really appeal to me very much. I've had these graphical glitches a few times. Like in Nuka World, there was just this fucking... It looked like there was supposed to be a hill. Like, it looked like there was a hill there and there was grass on the hill, but there was no hill. There was just the grass on the hill. It was weird. Anyway, yeah. It's unfortunate that this DLC is so disappointing. Like, you know, it's a short DLC as well. That's the thing. It's the same price as Far Harbor, and Far Harbor was definitely a 10-20 hour experience, you know. While this, for the good stuff, it's a 5-hour experience. You know, even if you get the full time out of it, you know, it's half the length. And I don't think it's as, you know, that a lot of that is as good as the other ones. You're paying the same price for less, really. So don't bother for now. Wait. Oh, I didn't know there were ghouls in there. Anyway, I'm gonna finish up now. Thanks for coming. Watching for the whole time. Well done. My throat hurts now. Fortunately, I'm gonna go off and drink a lot of water. Have fun. Also, by request, I will probably try and make a tip jar thing soon. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it through PayPal, because if I do it through PayPal, it'll show my PayPal email to anyone who does it, and I don't want that in public. You know, security reasons. So I'll have to find some other way to do it. I'll find a way. Nuka World's more expensive than Far Harbor on PlayStation. What the fuck? I have to check that on file. See, it's hard for me to like value them the same way if because I don't buy them. So it's kind of hard to value them in the same way if I haven't spent the money on them. I mean, I can still value them against each other. It's not worth. I wouldn't have paid £20 for that ever. Fallout 4. I've got to see this. Actually, I think it. How much is it on Nuka World? Nuka World's 15 on. Nuka World is a bit cheaper on Steam. It's 15 instead of 20. But it's not worth that. It's worth 10 max. You know, I'd say wait till it's 5. That's not great. Like looking at the reviews for stuff, you know, Vault-Tec Workshop negative, Wasteland Workshop negative, Contraptions Workshop negative, and Nuka World mixed. Far Harbor and Automatron positive, which is how I'd rate them as well. So we're gonna look at the Nuka World reviews. Yeah. A lot of people are just complaining that it allows you to be evil, but it doesn't give you any choices. Like the whole thing with like New Vegas is that you can be evil and go on Legion side, but it's an alternative route. It's not a separate, you know, it's a different route that you take, and you can play a game evil and you can play a game not evil, but this is just a evil bit of the game, which doesn't make any sense really. Fuck it all. Like, fuck it. So it's $7 more than that. That's weird, actually. That it costs more in some places. It's on. Let's have a look at the PlayStation Store. God, even on fucking PC, it's slow. Add-ons. No, it's the same. It's £15 in. Yeah, it's the same price as on Steam on PS4, at least in the UK. So, yeah. Achievements are disabled if you have. Oh, that's why. Cunt. I want to put it out right. I fucking hate mods. I hate the fucking Bethesda mod launcher thing. Because the second you use one, it says, "Oh, your game's a modded game." And I played a game. Install like a fixer that just fixes some bugs. You know, like the general fixing mod. That one that doesn't just fixes bugs. And I played it with that for a couple of hours, and then I realized that it saved. You know, achievements were disabled, and I couldn't get achievements, and I didn't want to have to go all the way back. I'll have to. Oh, I don't know what I'll do to get those achievements. Damn it! That's freaking annoying. Boo. At the end of the day, I would rate Nuka World like it's like a 5. It's a 5, and I think it's not bad and it's not good, but it'll be very frustrating to you if you're a Fallout fan. Because there's some bits of it that are fantastic, and there's some bits that are terrible. And they balance out. That's why I'd say it's 5. It's 5, 4. 4 or 5. I use Nexus Mortal. It's a bit late now, isn't it? If you just count that first quest, I want to point out, like, it's a single quest. The Grand Tour quest, which is the one to secure all the zones. Which is most of the game. I mean, it's only one of the things, but the rest of them are just like... Oh, remember these other fucking achievements, what? Complete Taken for a Ride, which is getting there. Create 20 different flavors of Nuka-Cola, which I don't know why you'd ever do. Complete 12 quests for any of the gangs. That's just the fucking random stupid side quests. Collect every Scav magazine. It's probably something you'd want to do anyway. Establish 8 raider camps in the Commonwealth. Boo. No. Complete the Grand Tour, which is a good one. Complete Home Sweet Home, which is... What is that one? That is... Oh, that's the one I did. That's the one I showed off. Where you just take over the first ones. Redeem 100,000 tickets at the Nuka-Cade. That's a ludicrously high amount of tickets. I don't get the games aren't fun. Defeat 40 Nuka World creatures while under the effect of any Nuka mix flavor. Why? And complete Power Play, which is that final one where you go kill someone. Shit. Yeah, if you like Fallout, don't get it. Get it when it's cheap. If you, you probably think it's alright. It's probably going to be a little bit better on an earlier playthrough, but that's the thing. Like, I now am soon going to go do a survival playthrough, because I was waiting for all the DLC to come out before I actually started one, because I want to structure how I play it by, you know, doing certain things in a certain order. Now, you can argue that doing Nuka World early might be better, because you get some like good stuff. You get some very good stuff from Nuka World. Like, think about it. These star cores aren't that hard to find. And this is the only, as far as I know, guaranteed drop of XO1. And they're not hard to find. Like, if you can get through that gauntlet, because that's the hard bit. If you can find a way to get through that gauntlet, like, early on in the game, you're fucking set. You know, you can get really high level stuff, like this. And the sort you can get some really high level stuff at low level. But that's what I'm saying. It's such, as far as I know, a hard area that you wouldn't want to do it in early. You'd want to do it near the end of the game, and by that point, you've already got all your settlements. None of it, you know, you wouldn't want to take over them with raiders, because why would you be evil? Like, it's a faff. It's unnecessary faff. Don't bother. I keep ranting about it. It's really annoying. I'll probably rant about it more on the podcast tomorrow with John. I mean, John, I think he says it was. I think I remember seeing a tweet where he said it was all right. It really pissed me off. I'll have a discussion. That'll be a fun discussion if that is true. Or maybe like Dan hasn't played it yet, so yeah. Anyway, thanks for coming.